Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGFC Big East Invitational. I'm your Captain McCormick. Alongside me is the man himself, Squid, and it is time to get into Villanova versus DePaul.
Of course, both these teams sitting on the top of the standings right now. Villanova at 1-1, DePaul at 2-0, so this could be an important match. If Villanova can win this, they will tie for that first place spot.
Into the corner, it is going to be Riles now. I'm a Horse trying to make some plays up towards the mid side of the pitch, but now Flux over towards that left side of the blue. Could it be the side of orange to get it on target? Where it stops, no one knows. It will be Flux now trying to rotate back as Rumble now makes a play up towards the side of the blue net. Still carrying it on. Flux now over towards mid-map. Another pass to Rumble. Rumble just right of the goal. It will be another offensive try for the side of DePaul as this one continues to high fly.
And we saw Rumble in the last series. He was doing a heck of a lot of work for his team, and they almost get another one through there. They don't quite get it, but another thing I'm noticing, Karma Juni coming in for Ofish. Bit of an interesting roster swap. Let's see if it has much of an impact. Nice shot there by Flux, but turned away.
Karma Juni now down. It's going to be a shot on target. Rumble puts it in. The man who is popping off for the side of DePaul against Xavier continues his reign of dominance here against Villanova. And both of these teams did 3-0 the side of Xavier. So it should be interesting to see how this one continues to play out. But as we get back into it, it will be Zen and the rest of the squad trying to play up towards that middle. It will be a touch from Rumble that goes towards the left side. Riles is going to be able to get it, but now back towards the other side. Zen up high flying. Can he get it down? Is going to be able to get it away for the time being with Flux and Rumble. There again, Riles bringing that ball towards the other side. Karma is going to try and play this touch on the defensive side.
Some good efforts here by DePaul. The first defense that they've realistically had to play. I noticed Karma Juni actually getting the assist for that first goal, so definitely fitting right in where he belongs with this roster.
Zen puts it down. Rumble. It's going to actually set it up for Riles. Riles puts it in. An unfortunate touch there from Rumble. His first, I guess, mistake of this game so far. He's trying to bring it across the goal, and it actually sets it up for Riles. Flux wasn't able to get it inside of the goal. That allows the side of Nova to tie it up one apiece on the side of DePaul. Kickoff once again. Will it be two? I'm a Horse. Going to take it up the right side. Will it be Karma Juni there? No, I'm a Horse. Gets it to the bottom. Passing towards middle. Riles is there for the touch, but Rumble taking it the other way. The opposition now going in towards the blue half. Zen down to Flux. Flux isn't able to get the touch.
And Karma Juni gets caught out here as Riles going to pick up another goal. And you mentioned that one get all the way back over the midfield line before Karma realized there was going to be an issue back on the net. You got to have that third man ready for the defensive rotation no matter what the situation. Flux losing control of that ball, definitely not optimal, but you gotta account for that kind of chance.
Horse with a great save over towards that left side. Rumble puts another shot on target. Not going to be able to find it, just left of the goal. Now Riles taking it up the wall, trying to get it towards that orange side of DePaul. Zen making a play, passing towards middle map. He's going to make a solo play, not going to fall. Karma Juni back towards the other way, but it is I'm a Horse up, ready to go. Almost is able to touch it in. Another missed shot from the side of Nova as they take it the other way.
And that was a beautiful setup, but two players committing, and I don't remember who it was, but one of those players had a free angle on the net. I believe it was Riles, and I think Zen came in from the side and actually kind of botched that play a little bit. So, you know, you just got to have that communication. You got to select one player who's going to go for that ball in that situation. It was a great setup past all of the DePaul defenders. You got to put that through.
Gotta put it through indeed, and just like they almost did there, a beautiful shot there from Flux, not gonna fall. Karma Juni in mid-map though, waiting to get the trade on the ball. A little bit of COD terminology there coming in, but Flux now up high and flying, bringing it back towards that Villanova side. And now, the chance to slow things down here as Karma Juni gets a touch, it will be up. I'm a Horse and Zen both being able to make the defensive plays there though. Great rotations from the side of Villanova. Neither team seemingly making a mistake here inside of game number one.
And I have to say, Villanova, lots of defensive effort for them so far this game. It really felt like DePaul was going to come straight out of the gate, swinging as hard as they could, and they certainly did with the first goal on the board. But outside of that, they really haven't had much say on the offensive side. It's really been Villanova's game, despite the fact that they started out playing a majority defense game. They've managed to push it all the way downfield. It's been a slow burn for them, but they still have the lead here with only 90 seconds left.
Rumble wins the 50-50 in towards the middle map. Now will be the ball going back towards this DePaul side. A good clear from Karma towards that right side. Flux is able to go ahead and push this one up. Gets the demo as well. Now Rumble, a chance to make a play. Pass to Karma Juni. Karma almost is able to put that one on, but a great save from I'm a Horse allows Flux to have a chance, but riles up that left side wall. Now Karma Juni once again trying to make some pass plays and set things up. Karma Juni replacing the Merc car, so now an Octane back on the field. It's a more traditional Rocket League setup now.
And you noticed that pass breakup just a moment ago. DePaul trying to get that to, once again, kind of classic passing play that we saw from them in the last match against Xavier. The only difference this time around is that they're playing against a team that is actively trying to prevent those midfield passes from happening. The pass interference and the pass interruptions are beautiful from Villanova, but that's going to be an open net all the way downfield, and nowhere close as it needs to be for that one. Flux gets a goal here from downtown.
Rumble and Flux have been the duo, an unstoppable duo at that. Another pass from Rumble sets up Flux for the boomer clear down towards the other end, tied to a piece. 30 seconds left here in game number 1. Could we be seeing the first overtime of this entire day? We haven't seen an overtime all day long. Both games have been 3-0s for the respective teams. It was actually Nova and Xavier both getting it, but Karma Juni, the man who has been setting him up the entire time, puts it down up a touch from Flux. And that was absolutely beautiful. Winning is 50-50 there. Maybe a little bit of luck on this side, but it's all skill from what I can see.
And that is absolutely the worst situation for Villanova on that 50-50 play. And now they are the ones who are in charge of having to score a goal with only 20 seconds here on the clock. And an unfavorable face-off. Let's see if they can pull it off.
If you remember inside of that last game, DePaul was the one who was able to have, they were down, and then they were able to make a comeback at the end and then pile goals on. They do the same thing here to Villanova, and another one goes in. Karma Juni securing game number 1 for the side of DePaul as they put another one on target. Karma Juni, the man, the myth, and the legend here inside of game number 1 for DePaul. We thought it was going to be Rumble. We thought it could have been Flux, but Karma Juni being the Iceman. The veins have been filled with the blue oxygen, and of course, that is going to allow the side of Villanova to unfortunately lose in game number 1. Not enough time, not enough ability to bring this one back. DePaul takes game number 1 and goes up 1-0 here in the series.
And this was a back and forth game. We saw DePaul making that first goal, and originally it looked like they were going to come out as strong as ever, but Villanova making that comeback, and like I said, it was a slow burn. They started out on the defensive side. They were the ones who had to work from their own half and push it forward ever so slowly, making the contest at the midfield, just trying to get as much boost control as they could in the mid, which I should say boost control was relatively even this game, so nobody really had a specific advantage there. But they pushed it forward. You know, they took their time. They managed to put those 2 goals on, but as soon as DePaul came back into it and they put that second goal on the board, it basically transitioned into a whole new game. The entire field seemed to be theirs.
It seems like once DePaul gets a shot on goal and does eventually get that goal as well, it seems like their momentum just swings so heavily in their favor. Like we said, these guys are playing together. These guys are all being able to hype each other up in the same scenario, same place, right? Perfect and fine. But let's look at the side of Villanova. 7 saves from I'm a Horse. As a player, to get 7 saves by yourself and not with the rest of your team, that's almost what we would think of as unheard of, right? I think for the side of Villanova, they need to kind of fix those rotations a little bit. You can't rely on the same person to get all of your saves the entire time, and that's going to allow for some mistakes in there, because if 2 people are playing a little bit more aggressively and you have 1 person playing back, that person gets rotated out for whatever reason, then you're getting stuck in between a rock and a hard place, and again, not what you want to do here, especially when we're in a very high tense situation. Both of these teams, I believe, undefeated coming into this game, so a Titan will fall here inside of this best of 5 series. But game number 2, I'm a Horse is going to be up high, and he's going to be able to put that one towards that right side of the orange goal. Viles in towards the backside, trying to make a play. Karma Juni almost able to do the exact same play he had at the end of game number 1 and make a little bit of a 50-50 pinch play that led to a dunk.
Yeah, we did see those couple of strong 50-50s that allowed them to take that first game. A nice shot there, taking the pass around. Not quite in it. This is the same spot that we saw Villanova in last time, except they didn't concede right away. Chance here for Horace, just a weak touch, and no dice. 40 seconds on the clock, and this might be the closest series that we've seen yet all day. It might prove to be the closest as we move forward with the rest.
It's been a fun one so far, especially with all those goals coming in the last, what, 40 seconds of that game? With Karma Juni being the man who could turn everything around for the side of DePaul. I mean, it's been absolutely fascinating to watch. But now, Nova bringing it back towards the other side. I'm a horse up and over, but Karma Juni once again being able to be there. It seems like he can play every side of the ball. Offense, defense, pass plays, you name it. Karma Juni is there, and Rumble must be thankful, as well as Flux, to have a teammate that can do all of that and more. Karma trying to put another shot on goal from a pass from Flux. Now Rumble trying to get a follow-up, but it is going to be Riles who gets the block and a 50-50 win to bring it towards the other side.
Once again, Villanova holding strong on the defensive side. They're not giving up. I'm a horse just off the side wall. Riles for the follow gets denied. It's really a battle of who's got the stronger defense at this point, because we're seeing some quality plays on both ends of the ball. Again, a pass here from Villanova doesn't quite work out. Trying to try and force the issue if they can. Great possession and offensive pressure. We're just going back and forth, trading blows.
Trading blows indeed, of course. Now Nova going to be on the defensive side. Now it is going to be an offensive possession and opportunity as Karma puts it to the right side wall. Flux is going to pop that one down. Riles now towards the other way. Oh, simply wasted possession right there for them, because they kind of just threw that one away. They cleared it, but they didn't have anybody to make a play on that ball. And a beautiful shot from Karma Juni. Rumble with the pass, and that one goes up and over. Just barely sneaks it in. He had maybe an inch of room to get that ball past that right side post of the goal, and he puts it on spot on. Karma Juni, 1 goal here in game number 2, 2 goals in game number 1. Can this man be stopped by the Villanova squadron? We have yet to find out, but it's still going to be the side of Villanova, who now are on the outside looking in, just like game number 1.
And DePaul still sitting undefeated, would gladly take this 2-0 lead in this series. And the game favored, certainly. The team play has definitely ramped up, and Villanova has been unable to catch up on the defensive side.
Of course, on the right side wall. Rumble trying to make a play on the defensive side, but Riles is up. He's there for it, but not able to make the touch. No connection on the pass. Now it's going to be Flux up to Rumble. Rumble not able to get connection on that one either, but it is going to be Karma Juni to clean things up at the backside. And Rumble trying to make a pass towards his teammate, Flux. Once again, back down to Riles. Riles to Karma Juni, and a clear, at least for the time being, for the side of the ball.
Then up there in the air, had an opportunity to make something happen. Looks like good. Karma Juni, an excellent delivery, and Flux is going to put that one through every day of the week. Villanova is going to have a hard time defending when they don't have anything ready on the backboard.
That was close. Karma Juni, if he would have hit that, I probably would have left my room. I would have been screaming for at least 10 minutes about that play. Jaw dropped and everything. What a beautiful play there from Karma, just to even set that ball up over the side of Villanova's goal. Flux obviously putting that one on was huge for them as well. Now Rumble going to be able to put that one in the corner. Can he get another touch on this? A pass play potential. Not going to happen. Flux is there though, and he's going to put that one down. This is going to be a little bit more of an aggressive DePaul team over towards this Villanova side, as Villanova just seems like they're stuck in their half. They can't really move out of it right now.
Yeah, you can tell that DePaul are using the advantage that they gained from the last game and really pushing it forward, realizing that they can basically bully Nova into staying on the defensive half was a huge realization for them, because now they are just making passing plays. Each one of their individual players has been able to make a significant impact and forcing Villanova to stay in their own side, in their own defensive half, and the boost control has definitely been in their favor for the majority of this game. It is paying dividends. We still only have 3 shots for Villanova. That makes the 8th for DePaul. Excellent performance from all of them so far.
I'm a horse leading the way again for the side of Villanova in saves. He's got 3 to just 1 from his teammates. Now Riles out towards that left side. I'm a horse is going to try and make something special. The 50-50 wins for him. Rumble falls back down. And now it is going to be Karma Juni taking the ball the other way. He gets it past 1, not able to find it past Riles. So it will be Rumble trying to play this off a touch from Zen here. Now another opportunity for Villanova. Not a great one, but it still is an opportunity at the very least. I'm a horse down in the middle. Riles trying to make a play, but no one else is near. He was trying to get a pass in towards that left side corner, but no one from his team was able to make a play. And Karma Juni now taking it over towards the right side. Rumble up in the air. I'm a horse off the back wall. They save it for now, but can they continue to find it? Yes, they can. Back in towards the DePaul half to get in the last 10 seconds.
I have to say, impressive performance here from Karma Juni. You talked about how Karma was able to basically be the star striker for this DePaul roster. On top of that, though, always being in the third man slot when he needs to be there and making those key saves and passing when needs be as well. Karma Jr. is not just an offensive striker. He's an all-around playmaker that knows exactly what position he needs to be in and when. They've been doing a phenomenal job of making sure that they have their third man in the rotation, but also locking Villanova into their own side. This was a textbook game for DePaul.
And that's what you want on your team, right? You want a guy like that who's able to go out there and make plays on both sides of the ball. Not someone who's just going to be an offensive striker, like you said. Not someone who's just going to be a defensive player who can just save the ball every single time. You want someone who is the most well-rounded player as humanly possible. That way, they can really accelerate their team to pick up their teammates where potentially they're lacking or having slack one game, depending on how everything is going. So, I completely agree with you right there. Not only has he just been able to get things going on the offensive side of things, but he's been able to get things going on both sides of the ball, which is a huge advantage for the side of DePaul. Here as we get into game number 3 for what could possibly be the final time here inside of this series, but clinging on to all life, it is going to be Villanova trying to make something happen here in game number 3.
Oh, great dribble. That's going to be an open net. Can you believe it? Right off the bat, Karma Jr. basically making a full 360 around Zen, around the other defense. I didn't even get time to say, I believe it was I'm a horse. No challenge. My God.
Just beauty. That's all you can really say. Just absolute beauty from the side of DePaul, and especially from Karma Jr. We were talking great about him, and he continues to show us why we're giving him the highest regards here inside of game number 3, and this DePaul team is looking relatively unstoppable. They have been great all day long, and if they can continue to do this for the rest of the double round robin, they will be getting one of the 2 top spots and going into our single elimination bracket, folks. Zen up off that backside wall, able to put a shot on target, not going to happen. Karma clears it out to the left side. Riles up off the top wall, trying to make a passing play. It's going to be up a little high though, and Flux is able to get there first. Now into the Nova side, it will be the side of DePaul trying to make a play.
And Villanova, a good offensive opportunity there not so long ago. They did get one shot on target. They were unable to really continue it. A drop-down opportunity for Zen goes awry. A minute gone now. Again, DePaul just need this one win here. And they'll move on to a 3-0 record right off the bat. This could be a shot opportunity, but they can't read it right. I'm a horse and Zen both there. Villanova could have really used that goal.
Zen's initial shot on goal there was probably the best chance they've had to score in the last 2 games. It hasn't been pretty, it hasn't been ugly, but I'm a horse is up high and flying. Flux is there for the save, but Zen, can he put it back down middle? Miles is there for the shot on goal, he'll put it in! Finally, Nova scores again, and it's going to be tied 1 apiece, going in with just above 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining.
And this is the first time that I've asked myself, where is the DePaul third? As soon as Flux came off that back wall, there should have been somebody rotating into the back post, but we just didn't see that. It gave Riles a great opportunity to just line up that shot, take as much time as he realistically needed, and put it on target. So for DePaul, maybe they're getting a little bit too comfortable with the lead that they have here in this series, and Villanova certainly would like to punt it.
A mountain to climb and a flip reset to hit. This is going to be a tough one for the side of Villanova if they want to complete the reverse sweep. But if they're able to do it, well, it could just serve to say that Villanova is not just done. And they're not going to roll over and die quite yet. Villanova has been good the last 2 games, but they haven't been better than the side of DePaul here in game number 3. They're looking to rewrite the history books. They're looking to rewrite their team motto and their mojo, as it is going to be the side of Villanova taking this one on the offensive side again. Riles is going to be the one that's pushing this one up. Rumble needs to make a play here as he's the last one back. I'm a horse is going to be there. Tries to put it up. Tries to put it down. It is going to be a shot on target. Zen over towards that right side. Can he make a play? Yes, he can. Riles is going to be up. He's the one who is the playmaker and the difference maker so far from DePaul here early on. But now Flux over towards the rotation to the side of DePaul in towards the Villanova half.
Oh, and that bump there from Riles. Bumped Flux back into the ball and sent it away. A close call there, definitely. There's still less than half this game left to go. Villanova cannot afford to let an opposing goal in at this rate. They've been doing a much better job of keeping this an even game. Taking a look at the shot count, DePaul actually trailing by 3 shots versus Villanova's 6. So an impressive performance so far, but they still don't have that advantage.
This is very reminiscent of game 1. It was a very close game until about the last, 2-ish minutes? Sorry, lost 40 seconds, I believe it was, where they just scored 2 unanswered after a great goal to tie the game up. Again, this is very reminiscent of that first game. It's very, very close for the time being. We've seen DePaul, when they get hot, and they start striking gold almost instantaneously after that first goal goes in. The momentum swings, everything flips, everything switches, and Villanova, they're just looking to make sure they can get that goal on the board before DePaul's able to get a shot on target and be able to take a lead, or potentially a very large, monstrous lead. But it's going to be Riles! Riles puts it down for Villanova. A beautiful pass from Imo Horse. You saw him take it up the right side. Back across the field off a ceiling shot pass. Riles right under Flux.
And we've seen this play from Villanova before. Riles making sure to have that vision, realizing that that is the place to be. You know, it doesn't really look like it. If you're an outsider looking in, maybe you haven't played a lot of Rocket League, you'd look at that play and go, why is the blue player on the orange goal line? That is exactly why. Riles being in that position just wide of the net, able to put it in. Now Imo Horse is looking for the same shot, blocked at the goal line, but he will turn it in regardless. Villanova with a 2-goal lead.
A galloping shot there from Imo Horse. He puts it down right below, and then he was able to follow his own shot up after it was saved by Rumble. A beautiful play there from the side of Villanova, not only to bring this one to a 3-1 lead, but to potentially keep themselves alive here inside of this best-of-5 series. DePaul, they've got to make something work if they want to score here, and it will go in. Karma Juni, the one who has been putting on for the side of DePaul, continues to show why he's the MVP of this game. And my goodness, folks, Karma Juni, he replaces Fish. And now this happens. What are we witnessing here, Squid? What are we witnessing?
A close game. That's basically all I can really chalk it up to now. With only 1 minute remaining, it was a great counter from Karma Juni directly off the faceoff. But now DePaul starting out on the defense. Rumble does get one demo though. This could change hands rather quickly.
Karma gonna be able to find. Riles is gonna be able to find the demo onto one. Imo Horse is gonna pop that one up, but Karma Juni knocks it down. Can he find the angle? No, he can't. Rumble just gonna clear that one out to the left side to allow his teammate to maybe make a potential push onto this, but it is going to be Zen into Riles. Riles in the middle. They're gonna be able to put that one on target as Riles beautifully and masterfully turns his car to where only he could hit that into the perfect place where the defense cannot. Karma Juni actually looks like it rubber bands off his car there a little bit, but unfortunately for the side of DePaul, they go down 4-2, a 2-goal lead for Nova, and this is the first sign of life we've seen from them all series long.
And I have to say, you know, all credit to Zen and Riles for making that play, but Karma Juni a little bit early to jump up for that ball. Looked like he had plenty of time to react to that and just went for a pre-jump instead to try and get in front of it as fast as possible. There's still time though. That pass from Flux had to come together. The final 10 seconds now, I think it might be over for DePaul in this game.
6 seconds remaining, 4-2. Villanova will stay alive, and folks, we have our first game 4 of the day. It will be Villanova and DePaul squaring off. Match point still for the side of DePaul, but Villanova looking to make and potentially get the reverse sweep going, and this is a start. 2-1, the series still for DePaul. Let's go into game number 4. What are you expecting to see in game number 4, Squid?
I'm honestly expecting... oh man, well, see, here's the hard part. I expect to see DePaul come out a lot stronger than we saw them this game. I think that they realize now that Villanova poses a much more real threat than I think they gave them credit for here in game 3. However, I do not think that DePaul is going to have an easy time winning this game because Villanova, they came out to play this time around as well. They had the demos where they needed them. They were making the midfield contest, and it was not a one-sided game. You can actually see that Villanova vastly outshot DePaul. I believe that's a difference of six shots, not 6. My goodness, caster math. But you get the idea. They outshot them by a lot. That's the point I'm trying to make, and I think Villanova will try and continue that momentum here into game 4.
It's all about aggression. It's all about getting the absolute perfect touches every single time. But I'm looking at the Twitch chat right now, and everybody's saying, DePaul, take my energy. They're sending the Vamos the way of DePaul. Will Villanova go ahead and be able to, I don't know, take this one and force it to a game 5? Or will the Vamos and will the energy for DePaul be there? And will it be square?
I feel like this is going to be as even a match that we can possibly get. To be perfectly honest, it seems that we have lost Rumble. So we're going to have to reset the server. A bit of a... I guess, bit of a buzzkill, to be honest. I was ready for that. I was ready to get right into that. So I suppose, you know, I think these things happen.
They do.
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away.
A little weird that I'm not. You know what? I'm not gonna make any accusations. I'm not gonna, theorize about anything, because then people will be like, "Oh, he's being biased." No, can't do that on stream.
Well, we don't need to theorize. We all know that it was the Illuminati.
Of course, dude.
Of course.
You make the best points. I mean, folks, how can you hate on Squid? This man is an absolute beast of a caster. This guy has been grinding all day long alongside me. It's been a great time, folks. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that follow button on the stream. Make sure you follow EGF, officially EGF on Twitter. But this is going to be game number 3, carrying on into game number 4 here in the EGFC Big East Invitational. DePaul up 2-1 over the side of Villanova, the first game 4 we've seen all day long.
And I guess during this downtime, hope you got some popcorn, because we're looking at what could be the closest match that we've seen yet. And I'm looking at the rosters, and I think we have almost got everyone. And I think we're actually just waiting on you, McCormill. So once you get in here, we got the next match all ready to go. And there he is, the man himself, Mick Cormill. Gave me a shout out, but he's not giving himself enough credit. This man out here. Oh my goodness, we've been having a great time. It's been absolutely fantastic, and we are ready to go. Let's get this started without further ado. And again, I hope you brought popcorn. I certainly wish I had some, but I suppose it would be kind of loud for the broadcast. So let's get into this. 5 minutes on the clock, and DePaul looking at a series win with a game win here.
Well, to make popcorn, all I gotta do is heat myself up and put a little bit of butter on me, but now it is gonna be I'm a Horse, rotating back towards the side. Karma Juni up high, flying towards the sky. It's gonna be a shot on target and Flux! A beautiful pass from Karma Juni, once again doing it all. Inside of game number 4, it is gonna be an early lead. 12 seconds is all it took for the first goal to go in, and Flux, you just see it. A beautiful shot to where only he could get it, upside down and into the top right side of the goal. 1-0 for the side of DePaul, coming out here in game number 4 and showing them why this is at match point.
And you remember what I said in the post-game screen of the last match, where I said DePaul was going to come out swinging a lot harder now that they've realized that Villanova is a very real threat? That is just exactly what happened there. So I would like to just accept credit for being the best predictionist ever. Alright, well, I'm not that good at predictions.
Hey, all I'm saying is sometimes it's very nice to toot your own horn. People will kind of look at you a little bit funny, but, when you call something, you call something. Especially when you're the caster. Usually you get the caster look, but that one almost on target. It's going to be an incredibly weird save for the side of Villanova, but Rumble's able to go ahead, pop this one up, and get it back out towards middle map. Karma Juni now going to be rotating back towards the goal. He's going to be able to put that one in the middle map. And Villanova is there, Zen up on that left side wall, and Rumble now clearing it down to Flux. Flux in position to make a play. It's up and towards middle map. Karma Juni nowhere to be found, and it will be the side of Villanova now, ready to bring this one back towards the side of the DePaul.
We've seen some good midfield challenges from Villanova. That pinch gets way away from the DePaul defenders. But this is precisely what I'm talking about. Regardless of the fact that DePaul got that early lead, and they really came out a lot stronger in this game than they did in the last, Villanova definitely haven't, just lain down and died. It's a good chance to actually move up the field. Then getting that dunk against Rumble, not quite what they were looking for, but still, they got that breath of fresh air in the last match. They're not letting it go easy.
Indeed, they did. Another opportunity for the side of Villanova is off again. Karma Juni, the one making the save. If we go ahead and look at the scoreboard right now, you can see that Karma Juni's got an assist, he's got a save, he's got a shot, actually make it 3, and Flux is up there from another assist from Karma Juni, and that's going to be a 2-0 lead for the side of DePaul. Villanova at match point, trying to do everything they can to keep themselves in this game, but if they lose this one, they lose the series 3-1, and they will be, I believe, what is going to be 1-1 or 2-1, something like that. Both of these teams undefeated, so this will be the first loss for either of the teams, no matter which way this one swings.
That was a beautiful set as well from Karma Juni. Gotta defend that backboard if you're playing at this level. I always like to say that an open backboard is an open net. And I can almost feel Hunted and on the other Twitch channel getting a little bit angry at me because he hears that way too often. But it's just the way that it is, and Karma Juni is gonna abuse it every opportunity that he gets.
Control of this game has been towards DePaul, and any man can see that, any woman can see that, any person in the world can see that. No matter what's going on, it is going to be Karma Juni now flying towards the other side. Up to Flux. Flux now going to have a pass down. It is going to be Rumble trying to at least do something with it, so it's not a free possession for the side of Villanova, but Zen is going to be there. Pops it up now to his teammate. I'm a Horse coming out of nowhere, galloping across the field, making a couple of neigh noises as I heard going up towards the top there, and then flying towards the other side. I got a question for you, my buddy.
All right.
here inside of this game. What do Villanova need to do to control this ball and get a couple of shots on goal to where the side of DePaul can't easily defend it?
Okay, well, here's the thing I'm going to say, Ray. I feel like Villanova's already not doing that bad of a job. Their passes should be a little bit more prominent, but their offensive presence has definitely been there. They've been on DePaul here and there, but DePaul has been so good about making use of their offensive opportunities. We've already seen it with the 2 goals that have been scored. And honestly, save for those 2 incredible plays, I feel like this will be still a 0-0 game.
Now, we've seen in the last couple of games where DePaul would score late and then they would just be able to pile it on. Has the magic at all run out for the side of DePaul in terms of them being extremely aggressive? I'm a Horse is going to go up here, but, you know, if the side of Villanova gets a goal here, do you think it's possible that we could see this comeback at least be mounted a little bit?
Oh, might be a little bit more difficult now.
Well, you know what? As they say, that's the caster's curse, and, well, that one got put right on target. Karma Juni, man. I can't stop saying enough good things about this kid. He's been incredible here inside of this series against Villanova. Coming in as the sub for DePaul, what more could you ask for someone replacing a player that was already playing well for you?
You know what? I'm starting to hypothesize that maybe Karma Juni is actually the starter and Ofish was playing in a sub last match, because this has been an incredible performance, and I mean, you know, we can't really judge just based off this solely, but he does have some of the Alpha rewards, which are incredibly expensive cosmetics for vehicles in this game. So, my guess would be that Karma Juni is actually the starter, because, as you mentioned, he's been doing a fantastic job so far this series.
I mean, you can just see when he comes into the game how much of a difference it makes for this side of DePaul. Obviously, Villanova's been playing well, but here inside game number 4, they haven't been able to get anything going for them. Now with 30 seconds left, just a measly couple of times they can bring that ball back down the court, maybe get a couple of shots on target. And now, with Nova getting a demo, can they bring this one the other way? Zen is going to be there. I'm a Horse, not going to be able to find the touch now with 17 seconds. This one is looking bleak. It's looking grim. And now, another opportunity to put a shot on goal for the side of DePaul. 10 seconds left. I think I hear that lady singing, because this one is all but over now. The time just counting down. Villanova will take the L on this one, 1-3, as DePaul play an absolutely fantastic game and take the series 3-1.
And this is one thing to remember, though. This is double round robin, so although Villanova did lose this game and this series, there's still another chance for them to go toe-to-toe with DePaul before the final 2 teams to move on are decided. So although I believe they fall to 1-2 as they lost to Marquette earlier on, they will still have plenty of opportunities, and it's 9 games for everybody, so 2 losses, still respectable. We've seen teams, I believe actually we can compare this directly to the Rocket League Rivals Series, which actually has 10 teams now. 7-2 is a record that will get you in that top 2 spot. I mean, unless you get one undefeated team and one with 1 loss, but you get the idea. There's still plenty of chance for Villanova and the other teams that have lost those 2 games, as we mentioned Xavier previously, who have now lost twice on the broadcast. And looks like we are actually going to be seeing them again later down the line. But it's not decided yet. That's the point I'm trying to make. So I don't want anybody to be hanging their heads in defeat or shame just yet, because Villanova played a beautiful game out there. DePaul just had so much power in many different categories.
Not only did they play a great game, but there's still a ton of Rocket League left to play. 2 games is not going to make or break this entire thing, for the most part. Obviously, there will be times where you might need to win a specific game or a specific series in order to move on, and that could be that one game that really does make or break your team. But again, what I mean by not making or breaking is, I mean that you lose one early and you win the rest out, it's probably not going to matter. I don't see any of these teams going undefeated per se, just because of how good everybody is and how well they stack up against each other. Every team is very well matched up, and that's the biggest thing that I can say, is like watching these teams play, there's sure a couple of games where it could be a difference between, like, what, 7-2 we saw between Villanova and Xavier earlier? Sure, 7-2. But the other games were close. The games between all of these teams are close, and just one team that plays one team doesn't mean they're going to play well against another team that team had already beat. It's kind of like, if I could use the best analogy I could use to kind of explain myself there would be like in the football game, right? The Dolphins, we beat the Jets, right? But the Jets beat the Cowboys and we lost the Cowboys. So it's kind of that whole like cycle that goes in there, and you see like, you know, it is what it is. But either way, I believe are we taking a break here in a second, or are we keep on going into this match?
I'm perfectly content to just listen to you talk until the next match starts. But it looks like we are going to be taking a short break. So we got next match just around the corner. We're going to see if Marquette can unseat DePaul at the top of the standings. But again, we're going to be taking just a moment off. So you won't want to miss it. Grab some popcorn. Like I said, if you didn't have some before, make sure you grab some popcorn this time around. We'll be right back.